The culture that I have chosen to do my assignment on is Jehovah's Witness. This religion first began in 1879 and was founded by someone named Charles Taze Russell. This religion is most commonly known for their door-to-door services in which they provide information on their beliefs and values. This culture is much like Christianity in many ways. People of this religion believe in God, the Bible, and the resurrection of Jesus much like Christians do. Although they believe in God and Jesus Christ, they do not believe that there is a hell, and they are strong believers in the apocalypse and the end of time. Jehovah's Witnesses believe in the Holy Bible and the preservation of its copies over the centuries. Although in their culture it is most commonly referred to as the New World Translation rather than the Holy Bible as we know it today. As a Jehovah's Witness, they also believe in the idea that there is only one God, whose name they had believed to be Jehovah. They believe that God is up in heaven and watches down on all of their people. Rather than holding their religious ceremonies in a church, like Christians do, they do their services in what they refer to as the Kingdom Hall. There are many different types of practices and spiritual considerations that are performed by those who are Jehovah's Witnesses. One of the most widely known practices by many is that people of this faith do not celebrate in any type of holidays. Holidays include Christmas, Easter, and birthdays, as they believe them to have pagan origins, meaning that they are irreligious. Along with holidays, they also don't participate in the singing of the national anthem, salute the flag, or participate in the military. From a biblical passage that states that you should abstain from blood, there is a belief that they are not allowed to participate in any type of blood transfusion or blood donations. They believe that blood is sacred and represents life. People of this faith are to join in for meetings 3 times a week to have Bible-based lectures. Another commonly known practice of Jehovah's Witnesses is their strict beliefs on dating and marriage. They believe that you should not engage in any sexual activity before marriage, that marriage is a permanent union where divorce should not occur, and that you must marry a fellow believer of the faith. Jehovah's Witnesses believe that life is sacred and measures should be taken to sustain and prolong life. Thus meaning that at end of life they believe the life should be prolonged as long as possible, pending that the costs and measures are not too excessive or leave the patient with no quality of life. They also may have people come to say prayers or scriptures for someone who is sick or at the end of life to provide spiritual care. Although blood donations and transfusions are forbidden, organ donations are not and may be done as per personal wishes. Jehovah's Witnesses have some beliefs on death and life after death. They believe that death is not just the death of the physical body, but also the death of the soul. Therefore meaning that after death the person no longer exists and that there is no immortal soul or spirit that stays with us on earth. Although they do believe that it is possible to resurrect from the dead, the belief is that only 144,000 people who are the most faithful will be resurrected to join Jesus to rule with him after the apocalypse or the end of the world. Currently, Jehovah's Witnesses believe that as of now, there are only 8,500 spots remaining to resurrect, and the number will only decrease as time goes on. Although they believe in the possibility of resurrection, they are not opposed to cremation as an option after death, and they believe that resurrection is spiritual opposed to physical, and that Jesus will give you life in a new body. This means that both burial or cremation is an option for someone of this religion. At the time of death, there are no rituals or practices that are performed, but an elder will come to pray with them and provide comfort for the family. Jehovah's Witnesses believe that unless needed by law, no autopsy should be performed on the deceased, as the body should not be disturbed after death. As they believe that both the soul and body dies during death, they do not practice funerals, wakes, or any type of service. An after-death ceremony will be held at the Kingdom Hall where prayers and scriptures will be said by the church elder and will remain a short service. A service may also take place at the graveside where people can gather and the church elder will also join to provide prayers. Following death, friends and family may gather at the family's house to offer their condolences and support. Flowers and cards may be sent to the family and visits to the grave are permitted. Although many of the beliefs of Jehovah's Witnesses are very different from those that I follow and believe in, I think that it is a very interesting culture with many interesting beliefs and practices. Thank you for listening to my presentation on Jehovah's Witnesses and the cultural perspectives on death and dying.